The world in 1914. A time when technology, culture, and fashion had reached their peak. Everything looked glamorous, shiny, and modern. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, right, wartime. Everyone could sense that a huge conflict was coming. France was itching to take back the land Germany had snatched years earlier, while Germany, on the other hand, wanted to grab even more land. Basically, from everyone. They were also building a massive, flashy navy which made Britain very uncomfortable. At the time, both empires thought they were the coolest things on Earth, but not everyone living in them agreed. In fact, several national groups were dreaming of independence with a little secret help from Russia. Meanwhile, everyone was gossiping about each other like it was a global high school drama. Military technology had made huge progress, so everyone was armed to the teeth and itching for a fight. And then came that day in Austria-Hungary, when Archduke Franz Ferdinand decided to go on a nice drive through Sarajevo in an open-top car. Oh, and his route? Publicly announced. Basically an open invitation to assassins. And sure enough, trouble showed up. A few assassins tossed bombs at him, but they missed and blew up some officers in another car instead. So you'd think the Archduke would say, "You know what? Maybe I should go home." Nope. Instead, he decides to go back out in the same open car to visit the wounded officers in the hospital. The driver takes a wrong turn and, pure coincidence, stops right next to one of the failed assassins. Guess what happens next? Yep. Bang. Franz Ferdinand is shot. Austria-Hungary loses its mind. They're convinced Serbia had something to do with it, and honestly, maybe they did. So they go to their buddy Germany and say, "Hey Germany, we're gonna declare war on Serbia." And Germany's like, "Heck yeah, let's do it." Serbia, though, has Russia backing it up, and Russia's friends with France. So, boom, now everyone's declaring war on everyone. Britain hesitates at first, saying, "Hey, not our problem." But soon enough, they jump in too. Germany has a genius plan. Russia's huge and clumsy. It'll take them forever to get ready for war. So, Germany will strike France first, crush them fast, then swing around to beat Russia. Easy. Everyone will speak German, eat sauerkraut, and live happily ever after. There's just one problem. France has a massive line of fortresses along its German border. Germany doesn't want to waste time fighting through them, so they decide to go around, through Belgium. Belgium is neutral, but Germany thinks they'll just quietly let them pass. Spoiler alert, they don't. The Belgians fight back fiercely and actually slow Germany down. Then Britain's like, "Excuse me, did you just invade a neutral country?" And, boom, declares war on Germany. Now it's really World War. Germany plows through Belgium anyway, committing a few atrocities along the way, and with their spiked helmets and skull insignias, they're not exactly doing much to look like the good guys. The Allies launch a full-blown propaganda campaign, and the world, especially America, starts paying attention. In the US, President Woodrow Wilson sees himself as a kind of Jesus figure, constantly preaching peace and begging everyone to calm down. Meanwhile, there's a huge German population in America who, at first, were like, "Yay, Germany!" But once stories of atrocities in Belgium start spreading, the enthusiasm cools off. Now picture a French soldier. Easy to spot, right? Bright blue uniform, red pants, basically a walking target. Guess who else spotted them easily? The Germans. So while the French were marching proudly through open fields, the Germans shredded them with giant cannons. All sides entered the war with 19th century tactics, but this was the 20th century, and they were about to learn that the hard way. Russia mobilized much faster than expected. Austria-Hungary tried to handle it and said, "Don't worry, we've got this." Spoiler, they didn't. Germany had to pull troops back east to deal with Russia. The Austro-Hungarian chief of staff, a dashing man but not exactly a military genius, ignored German advice again and again, then came crawling back for help every time things went south. To make things worse, tiny Serbia kept kicking Austria-Hungary's butt and repelling every invasion attempt. Germany, at least, had better luck in the north, where they almost completely destroyed Russia's Second Army. On the Western Front, Germany pushed through and got close enough to see Paris. Everyone thought, wow, Germany's actually gonna pull this off. But then, things started going wrong. The French commander realized something had to change and ordered his troops to stop retreating. A gap opened in the German lines, and when that happens, the enemy can flank you from the sides and behind. Germany had to fall back. The Allies launched a counterattack